Blessed Good Friday, everyone. Today is a day to remember how Jesus died for our sins. One of the most popular movies about this topic is that of The Passion of the Christ, directed and written by Mel Gibson, based off of course, the Gospels, but it's also off of the writings of St. Anne Catherine Emmerich. In her diary, she described the vision she had of the Passion of the Christ. For those who have not seen the Passion of the Christ, this review is going to be talking about my opinions on the movie. I hope you have an idea of whether The Passion of Christ is a good movie for you to watch this Good Friday or whether it's best if you skip it. Start out. Let me just quickly say, for anyone who has seen The Passion of Christ and really loves The Passion of Christ and think that it is sacrilegious to have any faults with The Passion of Christ, let me just start out by saying maybe this is not the best video for you because I'm going to say, I am not a fan of The Passion of the Christ. Oh, I love The Passion of the Christ as the story in the Gospels and all, but I do not enjoy this movie that much. So let's quickly explain why. The reason why I don't like The Passion of the Christ is because I have a great love for Christ. I have a great love for his passion and death. But I have a special connection with the Passion. I have a great love for the Passion, and to tell you the truth, I always tell people this, that if I ever got a tattoo, I want to get a tattoo of a crucifix to show that I'm giving my life to Christ and that I am wearing the victory of Christ on me. I will not get into a whole discussion on this video about my thoughts about the Passion of the Christ. Maybe later on my personal channel or something like that, you might one day come upon a video of mine that is talking about the Passion of Christ. But most likely you're going to hear my thoughts about the Passion of Christ because when I write a book that I'm going to write, I'm working through titles and all. But for those who've been following my channel for a while, you might know already, because I mentioned before that I want to write some books. And one of the books on that list is a book about the Passion of Christ, really diving in. That book will not be a kid-friendly book because what I really want to dwell on is what is a crucifixion? What someone had to go through when they're dealing with that, so you can, I hope, understand how much Jesus suffered for us. A great love for the Passion, and that's where this comes in, why I don't like the Passion of Christ. Because of my great love for the Passion, and I have my own, I wouldn't say I have my own visions or anything of the Passion, but I have in my head what the Passion would look like. I have my own ideas in my head that this movie, well, yes, it is based off of writings by a saint, so I can't argue with some of that. There is some Hollywood stuff in here. And the fact of the matter is, I think one of the big things is some stories I don't think it will ever be good to make a movie out of. Yes, you can do the Passion as much as you want. And I will always find it kind of annoying to watch. I have my own thoughts in my head, and it's not because I am self-centered and I just believe that everyone is wrong besides me, but it's because, as I've talked to my mom about this too, and she agrees that she can't watch The Passion of Christ too because of almost the same reason, that it is one person's interpretation of what the Passion is like. And wow, yes, she was a saint. And my dad loves The Passion of the Christ. He wants to watch it every Good Friday. I watched it once, and it was good, but the fact of the matter is, there was nothing I really got out of The Passion of Christ. I have my own ideas of what the Passion was like, and it's not that the stuff in The Passion of Christ is completely wrong. I guess the best way to say it is that it never will bring glory, and will never, I think making a movie off of something like that will never be able to fully calculate what happened in The Passion. The Passion is one of those stories and one of those things that you can put little details to it, but you're never going to be able to fully encapsulate what the Passion was. I don't know how to say it enough. I really, really have a love for the Passion, and not in the way that I'm yes, I'm so happy that he died, but also in the way that I am happy because he conquered over death. He took away our sins on that cross. Now that I've talked about why I don't like it, let me just quickly explain why. I strongly recommend that you guys check it out if you haven't yet. If anyone listened to the first part of this video, said, hey, I relate to you a lot, I have a great love for the Passion, And I can see where you're coming from with them maybe watching The Passion of the Christ. I taint my love and my own visions of the Passion and my own, like, what God has shown to me. And I strongly recommend you guys don't check it out. I'm very happy that when I watched it, a couple days later, I remember, of course, what happened in The Passion of the Christ, because I know the story of The Passion of the Christ really, really well. I don't remember all the visuals in The Passion of the Christ that much, so I don't have the problem of that it's really tainting, and it's just like with watching something like The Lord of the Rings. After watching The Lord of the Rings, you start imagining Elijah Wood's face on Frodo. It's just in the same way, I'm glad that I was able to put that aside, and just every single time I hear the Passion story again, every single time I read the Passion story again, I'm able to just read it by itself and not have the problem of just imagining these actors and actresses in the characters. I can just see it as it is. Oh, do I think you guys should watch it? If you have a hard time grasping the story of the Passion of the Christ, and you're like, okay, yeah, cool, it happens, we hear about the Passion of the Christ, cool, but I don't have that much of a connection with the Passion as much as I just kind of, yeah, he died for our sins, now brush it off. Then I would strongly recommend on Good Friday you guys check out the Passion of the Christ, because it's a really, really good movie for those type of people who really, I wouldn't say are less creative, but more of those people that God did not give insight into what the Passion was like themselves, who needs to see visually what the Passion was like in this movie. Because it does a great job. I was actually surprised, because growing up, I thought the Passion was one of the most gruesome movies ever. And when I watched it, it wasn't that gruesome, as I thought. Still gruesome, but the fact of the matter is, you will never be able to make it as gruesome as the Passion would have actually been. So anyways, guys, if you have not seen the Passion yet, and you feel like you're one of those people who could use some insight into what the Passion was like, and you're over the age of 18, check out the Passion this Good Friday. It's good. If you guys haven't watched it yet, and you feel like you're one of those people who should watch it, watch it. It's a great example of what the Passion was like. And it does a great job, and there's great moments. Oh, I can't say that it's a movie that I will check out again, but it is a movie that I can't say that it's like The Last Temptation of Christ, where it's just like, no, don't ever watch this. This is blasphemy. This movie is completely Catholic approved. I mean, the Catholic bishops agree with it. It's a good movie. It's great to watch. If you guys haven't seen it yet, check it out. The Passion of the Christ is worth watching on this Good Friday. So guys, thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't yet, support this channel by liking this video, subscribing, and leave a comment on your thoughts on the Passion. Have you watched the Passion of the Christ? What is your connection with the Passion? Yeah, another big thing I'm going to mention here, if any of you guys want to support the channel more than just subscribing, I will leave a link in the description where you guys can donate to the channel. It helps a lot, because when we get donations, it will help me be able to put more time into this channel, and thus be able to talk about movies more and help creative minds more, and hopefully spark some creative minds so that we can make good movies again. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the Movie Night Review. Peter Whaley, signing off.